What if humans were cold-blooded creatures? Humans can live almost anywhere on the planet. We're capable of adapting to the harsh conditions of the Arctic Circle, the high altitudes atop the Andes, and even in the midst of tropical jungles. What if humans were cold-blooded creatures? All told, as humans, we're endothermic homeotherms because we produce our own body heat and maintain it ourselves through our metabolism. Most other mammals and birds also do this, but cold-blooded animals, or ectothermic poikilotherms, are incapable of regulating their own temperature. That's why you see lizards in the desert bathing in the baking sunlight, because they need to warm up their bodies before their muscles and brains can work. If humans had evolved to be cold-blooded instead of warm-blooded, or even if we all miraculously turned cold-blooded overnight, one of the first big changes we'd all notice is we'd be eating less food. Can actually go more than 12 months without eating anything at all. If humans ate so infrequently, rather than tucking into 3 square meals a day plus snacks, our food bills would definitely be much cheaper, and it'd also be much easier to feed everybody around the world, and we'd only need a tiny fraction of the land we use now for agriculture. Theoretically, nobody would ever have to go hungry, but if we were cold-blooded, our bodies wouldn't be able to cultivate these germs as easily, staving off potential infections. And if you did fall ill, the consequences could be dire. Your lower body temperature could damage your immune system. If an ectotherm is too cold for too long, their body could stop functioning, leaving them wholly unable to fight off disease and infection. As warm-blooded creatures, we can live anywhere with relative ease, usually by just adding or removing layers of clothing. But if we were cold-blooded, the state of our environment becomes a matter of life or death every single day. So if humans were suddenly cold-blooded, we'd be much better off living in jungles and deserts, along the equator and in the tropics, never straying too far north or south. There's one final thing that's pretty important though: brain function. The human brain uses about 20% of our current energy levels, which is 20% of our daily caloric intake. Clearly, if we only ate 1 meal a week, our human brains wouldn't receive the same power to reach the same levels. It's why the world isn't really run by a race of advanced lizard people. If there actually were lizard people, they'd be evolutionarily obliged to spend most of their days sunbathing just to get their brains and bodies to work. And they'd have to stay stuck on the equator to even, and that's what would happen if humans were cold-blooded creatures.